Hello, Fable here. This will be a short video. I went out and just said I had to go do an errand. I received a message from this guy, on dating site, and he's like, "Hi, how are you doing?" I said, "Good, how are you?" "Oh, you just got back from Vegas," blah, 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 blah. So today I had a message from him and just went in right before I took the drive, hence the drive, because it's raining out. Who really wants to go out? His message says, "You're adorable / sexy, but I'm not looking for a steady relationship right now. Would you still be interested in hookups?" My reply was to him, "Sorry, no. As it states in my profile, looking for a long-term relationship." So then I'm like, I usually don't answer guys that, nothing serious. I don't answer, or I say, "Sorry, I'm looking for something that leads to a long-term relationship." His says, actively seeking a relationship for long-term. So, again, what about me? This is what I get. And I don't know. Do you think because I'm a little overweight, I'm just gonna, lay down and screw you? No. I'm looking for a long-term relationship. I don't get. And the one time I put on my profile and my friend said, "Oh, it sounds like you're bitter." So I took it down because I wrote something along the lines of, "If you're just looking for a hookup, one night stand, I'm not your girl." I wrote, if you're pretending to want a long-term relationship, but you really want someone just for hookups, I'm not your girl. I a couple sentences like that, short little sentences. And I'm like, seriously? What? Did you not read my profile? Why would you write to me if I say I'm looking for a long-term relationship? But yours says you're looking for a long-term relationship. And one time I said to this guy who said something similar, that, I'm not looking for anything serious. Would you be interested in hooking up? And I said to him, "I think you need to change your profile." And he said, "I don't understand. Why do I have to change about my profile?" I said, "Not looking for anything serious. There is also a thing in there looking for hookups. So if that's what you're looking for, then put it on your profile. Be honest." I mean, there are some guys that have that. Not looking for anything serious. Or some that put not looking for anything serious. Also, looking for a hookup. So I don't get it. I totally don't freaking understand why you can't be honest and say that up front. Or maybe you are looking for a relationship, but I'm just not your girl, and you looked and you said, "Oh, maybe she has no self-esteem because she's a little overweight, and but you know what, I don't want a relationship with her, but she's good enough to fuck." That's the message I get. And I've even said to guys that, "Hey, sexy." One guy said, "Hey, sexy, I'm horny. Into hooking up tonight?" And I was just like, "Did you read my profile?" And he's like, "Yeah, why?" I said, "Where in my profile does it say that I'm interested in hookups?" And he's like, "Well, it doesn't, and you don't have to be a bitch." Really? I'm not being a bitch. I'm just saying. So I don't know. I honestly, like I said, it is so mentally draining. And I put on there curvy. I put in there how, I'm trying to eat healthier, walk every day, some form of exercise, trying to be healthier, getting back into, I used to work out all the time. And this is like, before I had kids, I was a 7'8". Do I think I'm going to be a 7'8" ever again? Absolutely not. But right now I'm like a 16. And I mean, a little snug 16. But I'd like I said, by September, I'd like to have loose 16. My goal is like a 12. But looking at Marilyn Monroe was a 14. And I'm like, really? Like, I didn't, to me, she didn't look like a 14. At all. And there's a picture of her laying there and in a bra and panties, because I guess back then, totally nude would have been. Although, bit of trivia, Marilyn Monroe was on the first cover of Playboy. That's bit of trivia. That was a Trivia Pursuit question. And I went back in my mind, because they gave the year, who was on the first cover of Playboy magazine in such and such a year. And I'm like, I narrowed it down, and I honestly don't remember who the other two were, but I took a guess, and then I was playing with my cousin and my brothers, my sister, my brother-in-law, and they're like, how did you come up with that? Like, how did you know that? They were like blown away. And I said, well, I didn't know for sure. Kind of, went back in time and who was popular at that time and common sense. And I don't know. Some people don't have common sense. Some people are extremely smart and no common sense. And I mean, God bless them that they're so smart. But I actually am, I was on a roll and, did very well. I was actually in honors Earth and Space Science. And it wasn't like so pushed back then as it is now. And, all through high school, honor roll. And I don't know if they had high honor roll and all that then, but I was on honor roll. And so I'm an intelligent person, but I also, some people don't have street smarts either, or common sense. Or they have common sense, they're smart, and I'm not super smart, but I am a very intelligent person. But I have street smarts and I have common sense. So I'd rather have those three in proportion than just off the charts. Like, I don't know if anybody watched Suits. I watched it. And what amazed me is the character Mike that could read something and it's in his head forever. And I know there's people like that, but you would never guess that about him. He was kind of, a street smart kid. And I really, I like that combination. Well, yeah. And things stick in my head, especially numbers. And when I worked in Hazlitt, that's, my boss called me Rain Man, not because I was special. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but because we dealt with block and lots, street addresses, and the homeowners and all the permit numbers. And I they stuck in my head. And he's like, okay, Raymond, I got a question for you. So, off the topic a little bit, but this is what I put in my profile. I put very, very smart, very intelligent woman, not looking for, Mr. Right, but right for me. So, I don't know. There's nothing in my profile that would say I'm only interested in a hookup. So, I don't get it. I really don't. Again, feedback, any women or men out there. I mean, I'm sure there's some women, hey, you want to hook up? Hey, more power to you if that is what you want. But put it on your or put it in a way that's implied. Oh, I have to go. I have to take this call. So, Fable, signing out.